everybody, and welcome back to Is It Kino, your favorite Karen review podcast. And boys, can I just start off by saying she might be a violent, racist bitch, but can all three of us agree that Karen is kinda hot?
No. What the?
Maybe vaguely.
What? No. You guys weren't jerking into this movie the whole time?
Oh
no!
Can you not find disgustingly racist women sexy? What the hell's the matter with you?
She's got the tiny little frame, you know, the big bust, the small waist. I mean, the wig is a little bit too much. I would probably prefer her in a different hairstyle. But you know, if I saw this woman on the street being accused of violent racism and she offered to, you know, give me a Joey Blowy, I might have to compromise my morals. I don't know.
I disagree. Hard R, disagree.
Yeah, I'm surprised this movie did not feature the hard R.
Yeah.
I guess it didn't have the balls.
He had a hard on for the black guy though.
True. Anyway, I am Simian Jimmy, joined as always by Game Squid on YouTube and Weekend Warrior.
It's actually Himsel Games now.
Yeah. It was funnier when you said Game Squid on YouTube, everyone.
Wait, did I still say that last time?
No,
Oops.
but it's funnier when you do.
Oh, well, damn.
Well, Weekend Warrior, we only watched this amazing film because of you, so let's begin with your opinion. What did you think of Karen the horror movie?
I watched it today and I tweeted out, Karen is like a cringe comedy without the comedy. That's the movie. So
yeah, that seems about right.
The first 15 minutes, I already understood the character. She's a passive-aggressive bitch. Okay, I get it. And it's really grating. It's really annoying.
He's actually very actively aggressive, you know?
Yeah, like, passive-aggressively, like, you know, like in the manager scene, oh my god, I wanted to punch her throat, like, Jesus.
Well,
she was so annoying.
We don't usually do this on Is It Kino, but because I don't expect the audience to have seen this movie, and I definitely don't expect them to go watch it, I think the three of us should break the mold for Is It Kino and go through the entire film, scene by scene, really relaying exactly what it is to the audience. I think we should, but before we do that...
Isn't that what Kino usually does sometimes?
Yeah, but we're gonna do it in like the better way, because this is like a movie that you actually want to analyze each scene of, and not some fucking boring ass sallow bullshit.
Every scene is a work of art. You're right.
Well, but before we go through our deep dive, Florian, what were your initial impressions of the film?
Well, it was not that good, okay? It was not a good movie. But saying that, I still like enjoyed it to some extent. Like, it was more interesting to me than some things, you know? Even though, like, I wouldn't watch it, like, I wouldn't put my whole attention to it, but I was playing, like, a game at the same time, and it was alright, I guess, you know? Doing it that way.
I would compare the film to a gruesome car crash, because... as horrible and disgusting as it may have been, I could not look away. I've said in the last few Is It Kinos that I've been struggling to finish watching a movie at home in one sitting. Like, I think Turning Red, it took me like 4 days to watch all of Turning Red. But this movie, I didn't even pause it once. Once it started, I was glued in, even though the movie quality was pretty shit and very amateurish. There were a lot of fading between two scenes that was just so embarrassing and bad. But I
didn't notice at all.
Well, you don't have an eye for Kino like myself. But
yeah.
That being said, I could not turn it off. I had to finish the film, and it's a big disappointment for sure. But you know what? Karen was pretty hot. So 10 out of 10, I'd say it's pure Kino. Maybe the best movie of the decade.
Yeah, everyone should clearly watch it. No, actually, please don't watch it. Like, the way superior movie is the movie Cuck, 2016.
Yeah, you would think so.
That movie is amazing, okay?
Well, in comparison to this, I guess, yeah, sure.
Is that what we're going to review next month? Just every month us three have to watch some fucking meme movie?
I mean, I would always love to review that movie, sure.
Well, we better get Kino in there, because he loves cucks.
Yeah, he's already reviewed it on his show.
Oh,
so I
damn
guess
it.
he's got the advantage.
Yeah, we'll do it better.
Retreading ground.
We'll get more views in 2 hours than his video currently has.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
you're very powerful with the views.
Oh yeah, I think the most recent episode got almost 1,000.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Take that, YouTube.
Oh, the Adam Project? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a pretty...
Nobody gives a fuck
so
about
high.
some Ryan Reynolds Netflix movie, I guess, but...
Yeah, who would?
Yeah, I don't even know why we reviewed it, but I guess we enjoyed it too much.
Oops.
Anyway.
It's actually
who would
funny
like
that you would mention that one because... Like, you say that this movie had, like, bad cinematography, but, like, I found this one visually more interesting than the Adam Project, but I guess...
the biggest oof in the
come
movie...
on, no way.
The big oof in the cinematography is when the 8-year-old daughter is talking to the black neighbor, and when they reveal that Karens are racist, they have, like, an extreme close-up on their faces, and it's shot reverse shot. That was pretty bad.
That was funny.
See, this is the kind of shit I completely don't care about. But like, if the movie's just like dark for no reason, all the baddies are just people wearing black armor, and then the
Hey, to be fair, in this movie, the baddies were also black,
yeah. Wait, no, they were white.
according to Karen. Okay, which of the two of you would like to begin our scene-by-scene analysis of this film?
Well, I guess I should. No.
Oh, okay.
The only scene I remember is the starting scene.
Well, it has the subtlety of, a brick to the face. 'Cause it's like...
No, it's a very interesting scene. We got this Black Lives Matter, like, wait, what is it?
Chalk.
Oh, Jesus. Chalk.
Yeah, chalk. Yeah,
drawing.
chalk. Yeah.
Very nice. But, like, you think... Like, at some point, someone's gonna have to wash that away. I mean, I guess normally the rain would,
You're
but,
already defending Karen?
Oh my god.
I mean,
How could you, Florian?
I mean, like... It's not gonna stay there forever, but yeah.
Eventually, God will have, his rain wash away the chalk mural on the sidewalk that says Black Lives Matter. And in this case, God's rain was Karen with a bucket and a mop.
Yeah. Well, how did that even happen? Like, it doesn't seem like any black, like, protesters would ever come through this neighborhood. It's like, it's like a gated community, isn't it? How the hell?
I know
was
you
that
guys
happening?
are not American, and Florian, I don't even think you're actually white. But the secret is, a lot of the Black Lives Matter protesters are actually not black. It turns out white people can also support the cause.
But would they
you're saying
protest
that-
in a suburb?
So you're saying white people chalked up Karen Street and she just washed it off? Is that what you're saying?
It very well could be.
I mean, it would be really hard to believe that any protesters would live there, like in that street. But maybe she cleaned it up somewhere where it wasn't at her own street. She just really concerned with these murals,
I mean, I assume that shot, like the opening shot of her washing away the chalk mural, I don't think it really takes place in the reality of the film. I think it's just a visual cue to let us know exactly what we're getting into. I think you're taking it too seriously.
Well,
like the color to the black and white Karen.
You're giving it too much credit because it seems that every possible meme that could happen actually happens in this movie. So I think it definitely is an actual thing she did. She probably went looking for one of those.
This movie is not to be taken so seriously that you're trying to figure out where in the geography of this world was this fucking chalk mural. It truly does not matter. The point is Karen thinks it's disgusting and wants to wash it away.
Well, it matters to me, but all right.
It should not.
My theory is that she, in the end of the movie, right, the lawyer did a background check and she was a teacher. Maybe it was like when she was in as a teacher, she saw that mural drawn by kids or some shit, and then she got these N-word loving people, and then she washed it. Maybe that's what the scene is. I don't know.
It could be.
That's a big.
Maybe that's how she got fired from that job. Who knows?
Well, I think I agree with Mumkey. The point of all this is that it's just her being a bitch, and she doesn't like black people. That's it.
Yeah, okay, so I'm actually like straining my mind. Like, what is the next scene? Is it the scene where they move into the house?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So
Okay, so they wave at Karen or Karen waves at them. Either way, they both wave.
you are
Yeah.
so bad at giving details. You're just saying they move into the house. Let me paint the picture
Yeah.
for the audience who has not seen the film. Karen
true,
lives
yes,
in a suburban cul-de-sac, and her next door neighbor, the house is empty, but it's an all-white neighborhood now. This young black couple is moving in next door to Karen.
Oh no.
And Karen is staring at them, giving them the stink eye, like, oh man, what kind of trouble is being bestowed upon my humble abode? And that's just the beginning of some real neighborly conflict.
It's just so weird how there's so much tension going on between them right away. Like, they see her, and they're like, what? This woman.
Yeah, the black guy is not. He's already suspicious about Karen the moment he sees her.
That is true. I feel like the black lead and Karen are both racially profiling the other, but only the black guy is correct.
Yeah.
And did you guys feel like the movie might have gone out of its way to make the black couple a little too perfect? Like, the man works basically as a charity worker. He's like, oh yeah, I do so much for my community, and I'm just the perfect man, and I'm trying to knock up my wife. And it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. You're a flawless character, and Karen's a total bitch.
I mean, the gun he has, I think is probably illegal, right? Can you get arrested for that? And he does
maybe in the
smoke
state
weed.
they're in. Maybe, I think in the state they're in, maybe it's illegal.
Actually, is that how it works? So there's some states where it's illegal to have guns without registration?
Probably.
Mom,
'Cause I think-
you might know this.
I mean, all I know is the Second Amendment guarantees my right to bear arms. In case a Karen tries to break into my house, I can shoot the bitch. So, I mean, I don't think he's a morally reprehensible person for owning a gun.
I think
guess
that's
it's all
spoiler
right,
there.
then.
I think that's later down. Yeah, I have a question for that when we get there.
We already discussed that we're not recommending it, so it's fine.
Yeah, can I ask that, Mom, Simian? Is it illegal for a homeowner to have a gun that's registered under him, and then suddenly the police arrest him for that? Isn't that weird?
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's probably not registered. I think that's the whole point. But
okay.
like,
you're making that assumption. I don't know if the movie ever says that his gun was illegally owned. I think.
Yeah, they don't say that.
No,
what?
The black the white police officers are just harassing them the entire film, planting drugs in his car and stuff. So it doesn't matter if it was legal or not. They were gonna arrest him regardless.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
They didn't even arrest him. They just kidnapped him. I'm actually surprised they managed to find him again.
At his home?
No, I mean, like, he was kidnapped by that cop, and then the cop was shot. So I'm surprised they actually found him again, and he didn't just die somewhere in someone's trunk,
Well, we're skipping ahead too much. Let's go to another scene. And if we skip some scenes, it doesn't fucking matter. But we have the black guy. He's sitting in his car, parked outside his house, and he's smoking some sweet doobies. We've all been there, smoking up a big fat blunt after a hard day at work. And who comes knocking on his window? But Karen, and she is not having it.
Yeah. Can you do that elsewhere? Oh my god. Monkey, I think you skipped the restaurant scene. Which,
that comes in very important later on, and it almost made me bust a gut laughing.
Yeah, I think I know why you laughed. Because Karen and her friend are in the restaurant, and they're chatting it up, and up comes Chad McCop. And it's like, oh, sis, what are you doing here? And, oh, my brother, who's a cop, Mike, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I swear to God, I laughed so loud.
That Karen's brother is a cop?
No. Karen's friend goes, your brother is so hot. And I'm like, no, he's not. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I'll have you know, us white people are big fans of incest, so I think, you want to tell people when you want to fuck their siblings, because then they're like, oh yeah, I wish I could fuck my sibling too. I'm Karen.
Well, Karen's not having that either. She's bored of hearing
she's got a coy little sexy smile when she's like, oh, shut up, my brother's only a 9 out of 10. And
this is the part where we really see how passive-aggressive bitch-ass bitch maid Karen is when some black folk are in the restaurant and they're having a laugh, and Karen has none of it. And then she goes, "Can you consider what did he say? She say and
comply. You need to comply with me."
Yeah, you need to comply and shut the fuck up. Basically, what she said. And the black gentleman, when she goes back to her seat, just laughed because it's a fucking funny thing. Well, what's the problem with people just laughing at the table? It's none of your fucking business.
Well, clearly the problem is that she didn't want to be reminded that black people exist, okay?
So yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. I mean,
in her mind.
I don't think Karens are racist. I think if it was two white people were laughing too loud in the restaurant, I'm sure she would have done the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, she probably might have, actually. Probably not, though.
She does, she seems to have, and I don't know if this is common of all Karens, but she has an authoritarian complex, even with her own children.
I think so, yeah.
Like, her daughter wants to dress herself, and Karen's like, no, you have to wear the specific clothes I laid out. So, you know, maybe she's racist against everybody who's not a Karen.
Yeah, she's a nightmare. It's amazing. But I feel like she was... I feel like she's probably... Okay, we all know that she's terrible, but it feels to me that she's...
I mean, I don't know. I think she's pretty hot.
I feel like it's just too much. Like,
it's too much.
She's evil in every possible way. I feel like it would be more interesting if she had like doubts sometimes. Am I doing the right thing? Am I the baddie?
Wait, are you telling me this movie was poorly written?
No way! What? Say it ain't so, Mr.
If we haven't made it clear, this movie's fucking dog shit. Just to be clear, there's almost no redeeming quality to the film.
Guys, spoilers, it's not Kino.
Well, I feel like it could have actually been decent if it was just slightly better
I
written.
agree with it. I agree with you there, Florian. Like, she's such a caricature is the problem. There's no depth to her. She's so one-dimensional. She has a hard-on for hating the black folk. That's her character.
Well, as they say 4 times in the movie, she is a Karen named Karen.
Yeah, they really like that joke. It was like, I told you, bro. I told you.
I think it would have been better if they didn't even acknowledge that, because like why not have this be like the face of their horror franchise? This is the most Karen of them all. We don't even need to acknowledge it. People watching the movie already know what a Karen is. That's why they bought a horror movie called Karen. You don't need to really put that dialogue in the film. It seems like you're trying to have your cake and eat it too.
What's the name of this franchise, Simian?
The Karen trilogy.
Cinematic universe?
I mean, I don't know if Karen comes back as a zombie, she could really wreak some havoc.
Yeah, I mean, she'd be more interesting then, I guess. Couldn't be written worse.
But she gets the 2 black men kicked out of the fancy restaurant, and to prove that they're not as aggressive and angry as she plays them out to be, the black man violently slams his fists against the glass of the window. Yeah. Which is like, okay, that's fine.
Funny. Like they should have handled that with more dignity, I guess.
Yeah, they should have acted like white people.
Yeah. I'm surprised Karen even pulled it off. Like, why would the manager listen to her?
Because if Karen talks to the manager, that creates a fucking mythical spell within the universe where anything is possible.
Well, I think she had some kind of blackmail material on him somehow.
Blackmail?
Yeah, blackmail.
I sympathize with the black guys though, because that happened to me in a restaurant.
No way.
Oh, you were being obnoxious and got kicked out?
No, we were It was like, okay, this was like way back in high school. The place was just like it was an Italian restaurant, and the people that were there were my friend group and a bunch of other people.
Oh,
it's just
la-di-da, look at this guy with friends. Oh, man.
Yeah, I apologize.
What's that like?
Friends. It's fine.
It's just fine. It's not great.
Yeah, I guess me and Florian aren't missing out after all.
I hate when you normies are in restaurants with your friends and having a good time audibly. Oh, the worst.
That's why me and Florian relate to Karen, because if you guys were having fun, we'd want you to get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, that's the funny thing. We were laughing and shit, and then we see, like, I guess it was a Karen. It was one of those. It was a lady that
A Filipinian Karen?
Yeah, Karenina. I don't know. She talked to the manager. The manager talked to us. I got so mad. Like, it was like my birthday, I think, or it was the week of my birthday. I was hanging out with my friends, and there was no one in this fucking restaurant, guys. We were like literally half of their fucking.
That makes it okay for you to be noisy.
No,
cool.
I'm just saying it should be more. They should be fucking considerate because we're like customers.
Well, considering this was in the Philippines, can I just assume this was at Jollibee?
No. No way, Jollibee only has like 2 groups of people eating there. You're like, what, 15 at least?
Wait, you didn't go to Jollibee for your birthday?
No, not on that birthday, unfortunately.
Every other year.
Every other year, yeah. To spice things up. So yeah, I understand. Because it was stupid. Like...
Yeah, but I might be an actual Karen, because like every time I go to a restaurant, I'm always annoyed with how loud people are, you know?
Yeah, they need to tone it down.
Yeah, really, man. What the hell?
Like, it depends on the restaurant, I guess. If it's a fine dining restaurant,
like
I guess
Jollibee.
you should. Yeah, like Jollibee. You should be proper decorum. Yeah,
please.
Like whisper amongst yourselves. Like eat your chicken joy in peace. Don't bother the other customers. Like
I like how she also just like uses the perfect words. What did she say? They were loud and unruly. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All the dog whistle coded language of "you are disgusting black people. Shut the fuck up."
Infiltrate. Like
and through the whole movie she uses that coded language on her neighbors too, which is part of my only enjoyment of the film is just the lighthearted racism that turns into not so lighthearted.
Yeah, the snowball. It's a snowball.
But the fact that she never drops the hard R, I think, is a missed opportunity. Like, why? Karen's willing to get black people arrested and killed, but she won't even drop the N-word? Like, what the fuck? I don't believe this movie anymore. It was so realistic up until that point.
I actually think that's very fitting. I thought if anyone would say the hard R, it would be her brother. Because it makes sense that she would,
he should have.
Hold it all in.
During the arresting scene, he should have said it.
Yeah, she's never unfiltered, but always as rude as she can possibly be without seeming like... actually...
Yeah, she's like dancing around societal norms.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
That's what...
So we have the scene where he's smoking weed in the car and Karen confronts him and she's really interrogating him like, oh, what do you do for a living? What does your wife do? Which... I think the screenwriter, he's doing something pretty clever. We're getting Karen being a Karen, but we're also getting information about the main characters in a pretty natural way. So you know what? Screenwriting 101, you did it. You accomplished 2 things with 1 conversation. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
We need that exposition somehow, and why not have it be through a Karen investigation? Interrogation.
Yeah, and Karen can't help being passive-aggressive, like, oh, so she's the breadwinner. Shut up, bitch. Oh my god. Yeah. If anything, the actress is great because I wanted to punch her throat. I guess that's like a positive of the movie. Yeah. I'm sorry, Florian, what you were saying?
I remember that the black woman is some kind of blogger or whatever, and she works from home, but do you guys remember what the black man works?
Yeah, she's a social worker. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I guess they are pretty good then. Damn.
Which they have a pretty expensive looking house. I don't know how much bloggers really make, but
apparently she's making bank. Apparently, if they can afford that.
Who knows how many neighbors this Karen has scared away? This might have been surprisingly cheap, this house.
Oh, that would make sense actually.
I think Karen's mad that since they moved in, now her house is worth less.
Because it's surrounded by the black people.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's a real thing.
Racist.
No, it's a real thing. If minorities move into a white neighborhood, the white people think that it brings down their property value. And if you look it up, in some cases, that does seem to be true.
I mean, I don't
because
know
people
if
are
that-
viciously racist.
I mean, the thing is that, like, I guess you always have cause and effect because, I mean, like, poorer areas are going to be more diverse. So some people might think it's a sign of bad science if the diversity increases, which is of course bad. But what can you do? I mean, realistically, I guess it's.
Well, here's why
how it might be.
Karen might have a few points about not wanting these people in her neighborhood, because I think the next important scene is the black couple is stripping each other down to have sex, and they're getting really intimate, but they're standing directly in front of their open window that has no blinds or curtains. So
that was stupid.
Karen's 17-year-old son is like standing in his bedroom window, jerking it, watching this black couple strip each other down. And you know what? Pornography is supposed to be on the computer. If these people want to do that in their own home, maybe get some curtains or blinds. That was one of the few times I agreed with Karen.
What? No way.
But it was a Karen. Oh, sorry, Florian. Go ahead.
I'm always walking around nakedly in my home. Nobody can forbid me. And if anything, that's going to bring up the property value for sure. If you get free porn. Like,
I mean, it was a very attractive couple, huh, Florian?
Well, we already know that the Karen enjoyed it and her son. So I can't imagine anyone
she did.
enjoying it. Yeah.
I was gonna say that, like, Karen has like a deep-seated lust for black men, I think, or specifically the black guy in the movie.
Well, she is so lustful that she then installs security cameras all around her house, and they're pointed right at the black couple's window, so I guess she wants to film it next time it happens. But she also does warn them to get blinds, so I don't really know where she gets off.
I think she already installed them in, like, the second scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess she must have already captured that on camera.
Yeah, it's very subtle, the tension is very... It's not even gradual. Yeah, you guys, like, it starts high, it doesn't let up.
Yeah, I like how she just loudly drills in these cameras so that they can all hear it.
Hey, are you telling me...
Okay, that's a...
No, go ahead. I was going to say something racist, so I'm glad you cut me off.
No, that's the weird thing. They only noticed that the camera was pointing at them the night they inspected their, like, when they heard the noise. But you could see the camera already pointing at them the day Karen installed that shit. So that was weird to me. You can see it.
Well, I mean, you can probably assume that it's still gonna get turned by the time she's done installing it. I mean,
yeah, but the black
like
dude was already suspicious. So
I like how she accuses them of casing her house when she's just really noisily installing these cameras. Oh man, maybe the writing isn't so bad after all, huh?
It's consistent, at least. Okay, it's consistent.
Well, so there are so many just little scenes in the movie that we might not tell them in the chronological order, just because my brain cannot possibly remember what happens. So I think we should just go for the major important plot points.
Okay, so after the incident at night, the black dude wants to talk to Karen, like a sternly worded thing. But the wifey goes, okay, I'll talk to her. Then eventually they hash it out, and Karen finds out that the couple are going to have a party at the house.
We skipped over one thing I wanted to mention, was that the black woman wants to give Karen a peace offering, so she bakes her a pecan pie, which I did not know this, but evidently pecan pie is a traditional African-American dish, and like, I guess black people love pecan pie more than white people. Don't ask me why, but I did get that confirmed to be true by an actual Afro-American. So
I don't think we actually even have those here. So, I mean, I don't know what they might be called, but it seems like a very American, like African-American dish, so yeah.
To be fair, it's not very good. I'm not a big fan of pecan pie. But the black woman gives Karen the pecan pie, and I immediately just say out loud, yeah, she's throwing that away. There's no fucking way she's eating that. And immediately she goes inside and dumps it in the trash, so 1 point to me.
Impressive. There's one scene where she talks to her brother, and she tells him about the like her problem of having these black people around, and he says, "Yeah, don't worry about it. I will help you at all costs get them out." And he says the Brotherhood will protect me. So,
oh yeah, the Brotherhood. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that was a funny thing I noticed also.
Yeah, right at the start, it's like, wow, okay, so it would have been way better if they had just like built up slowly, but then they dropped this right away. Like, oh, okay, you got like a greater organization that can help you attack black people. Okay, good to know.
Well, the movie really loses all subtlety in the scene when the black man is in Karen's bathroom and she has like a Confederate flag and framed photos of like slave owners and shit. It's like, okay, I think I'm starting to get the picture. I think Karen might be a little bit racist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, in a better movie, you might think, oh, she put that stuff up to scare him. But I mean, yeah, it's probably how it always looks with her. She probably doesn't even think about it, you know? Just casual racism all the time.
Okay, anyway, let's get to the most important build-up and climax of the film, which is this party scene. These woke black people are gonna throw a housewarming party, and it just so happens every single one of their friends is also black. So really, they're just about as racist as Karen. They only want to be with their own kind.
Come on.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Every house party I've ever thrown had diversity in it, and I'm a fucking white kid living in Iowa, so these black people can certainly do better.
Well, I mean, they come from like different circumstances where some kind of ghetto, I guess, so it makes perfect sense.
Now, look at my friend group. Biggs, Mexican. Florian, Middle Eastern. Weekend Warrior, Asian. Not a white person to be found. None.
Oh, wow.
I have no white friends. I am better. I'm less racist than the black people in this movie.
It's
You're less racist than the white people in the movie.
Yep.
You know, it's usually like a joke when you defend yourself by saying that you have black friends, you know, but I guess you're just going with
I don't have any black friends.
Uh-oh. Well, even worse.
Oh no.
I have
brown
friends.
I mean,
I'm definitely not racist.
I have photo evidence of Rusty Cage doing blackface. Does that count?
Okay,
Maybe.
yeah. It would work for the president of Canada, so yeah, sure, why not?
The president of Canada. That's true.
What's that fucker's name?
Trudeau?
Fidel Castro Jr. Yeah, that fuck.
Yeah, what a hero.
Well, what's wrong with him?
So Florian, what did Karen say at the party with the racist black people?
Oh, what didn't she say? Well, she said all lives matter for one. So that was
Yeah, she said you people should go back to Africa. You know, she's just busting it all out.
I actually really hate the meme.
You people, that was so funny, man.
I hate the meme that every time someone says you people in like any context, everyone just looks at them and it's like, what do you mean you people?
Yeah,
And
it was best done in Tropic Thunder when Robert Downey Jr. was playing a black man. Like, that's the only time it was good. But the most important thing about this party,
I was gonna say.
a moment that is supposed to make Karen look like a massive racist, but I am willing to bet a lot of the audience at home fell for the same trick. It turns out that two of the people at this party were the guys who Karen got kicked out of the restaurant, and she didn't recognize them just because they're all black. And I, as the viewer, also did not realize it was the same characters. Am I the racist here, or did you guys pick up on it before it was revealed?
Not pick up on it, but come on, you think I'm gonna look at every one of them? Like
See, you're just like Karen! You're exactly like Karen!
I actually didn't notice also.
Yeah.
Until
So maybe Karen's not so bad.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she didn't know it either.
Yeah, exactly. We're all in the same racist boat, evidently.
Yeah, well, to Karen,
God.
it was basically just like a fantasy where she is in some kind of interracial porn on black.com, and she was just surrounded by nothing but black people, you know? So she couldn't keep her head on straight.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one moment I empathized most with Karen, was that, oh yeah, I didn't recognize him either. I guess I am a racist piece of shit.
Yeah, I guess it's good that you don't go around just attacking every black man that you see, trying to get them expelled from restaurants.
Yeah, it's a good thing
That
I
would be a
don't
real
do
trouble.
that. Pulling on my collar, looking around with shifty eyes.
Yep, his favorite pastime.
Okay, that's the only scene I really wanted to describe, so one of you tell me what happens next.
Oh, she says,
Oh shit.
if you don't like it, why don't you go back to Africa?
Which the woman
What?
did have giant Africa-shaped earrings, so maybe Karen actually thought she bought those in Africa.
Yeah, in the intro, they use it in the climax, but in the intro, like, they have the African mask with the swords. I think it's a reasonable assumption, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, they're really in tune with
One of
African
the
culture
family.
despite never living there, so, maybe they should go check it out.
yeah, and the girl explains that her name is Swahili, and I'm siding with Karen on this one.
Yeah,
Like,
and if they
she-
told Karen to go back to Europe, I don't think she would have been that upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd love it.
Oh, I wish I was in Europe. There's no people like you there, right, Florian? Florian, when's the
Wait, what
last time you saw a black person in Austria?
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
This is okay. I'm trying to honestly remember what happened after the party. I think this is where everything goes against Karen, right?
I was just gonna say that, like, there's always, like, one black person that's trying to sell newspapers in front of the supermarket because it's, like, the only job they're allowed to do.
What?
Yeah, it's
What do you mean
probably
that's
not
the
that
only
great,
job
yeah.
they're allowed to do? What the fuck does
What
that
do you
mean?
mean they, Florian?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What do you mean those people?
immigrants.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have, like, a long time of waiting where you're not allowed to work while you're waiting for your refugee status to clear, which is a big problem.
Oh, all
So-
black people are refugees. Okay, Florian.
Oh, okay.
Well, certainly the ones that you see selling newspapers in front of supermarkets, yeah.
You should go ask him if he'll come on our podcast.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Are you ask him if he's from Swahili?
Yeah. Anyway, you guys will never guess what the stereotypical Karen character does for a living. She's the president of the Homeowners Association, which is,
that's-
it's just perfect.
Wait, I didn't think that was
Does she get paid?
No, that can't be a paid job.
Well,
Yeah, that's like a volunteer
It's what
cringe
she
thing.
does, though. Like that, she doesn't have a
Yeah.
job. That's what she does because she loves having control over
full-time.
people and enforcing rules in her neighborhood. And
Yeah,
she's
it makes
trying to
sense.
she's trying to convince the HOA that these black people are unruly and they need to go. And the movie actually shows a bit of restraint by having every other white person at the meeting shut Karen down and say, no, we don't agree with you. I think they're fine, which is why Karen has to take measures into her own hands in a somewhat dramatic way.
Does this happen? Wait.
I don't
Doesn't
know
she-
the order of scenes, I'm just saying them.
No. I think we established that she's a president of the Homeowners Association in the intro, right? Then after that, there's another incident before we show the Homeowners Association thing with a couple of black folk, right? Do you guys are?
Well, I think
right?
it was like there's like two black people and one white guy just walking somewhere.
Walking
I don't
in
even
the
know.
street. No, in the street.
It was in
the
Karen's
street
neighborhood?
beside Karen's- yeah. So okay, this is right, like a little bit after the party. Karen's mad. She's frustrated that these black folk are in her neighborhood, and all of a sudden, these young colored people are walking in her respectable neighborhood, and she's not having any of it.
yeah,
so-
she's just recently had to clean out one of those Black Lives Matters graffiti, right? So she's really...
Oh, so maybe it was them.
Yeah, maybe.
And
Well, no,
Karen's like, oh, you boys don't live around here. Show me your ID. And he's like, yo, little homie, I ain't got no ID. For real, bussin'. And she's like, well, fuck it. I'm calling the police then. And then they all get arrested for walking in the neighborhood.
This is
The
the funny
funniest-
thing. Okay, I think Florian. Yeah, I think Florian.
well, not
noticed this too.
necessarily funny. It's just actually another possible sign of bad writing is that one of the people to witness this and make a video of it is the black woman who is the main protagonist, right? So how
I would say maybe the main antagonist. Karen's the protagonist.
Well, to be fair to to be fair to that, Florian, the incident happened in Florian's house. No, in Florian's house.
With the
In Karen's
newspaper
house,
salesman?
right? Which is like beside Imani's house. So I think that's like fair. It's super convenient, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, what were they doing walking at the end of a cul-de-sac that none of them live at?
Oh yeah, that's the weird thing. Because they shouldn't be there.
Yeah, like maybe Karen had a point. She wanted to see their IDs to see if they were lying about living in the neighborhood.
Yeah, the kid just went down the street, right?
I walk through different neighborhoods all the time on my walks. Come on.
I would call the police if I saw you outside my house.
I bet you would.
You're at the end of a cul-de-sac. You're at the cul-de-sac, and these kids just pop up and say they're on the other end of the one of them lives at the end of the street. Why go to the end of the cul-de-sac then? That's a little bit weird.
Yeah, but
are they like marked? Is it always known that it's the end, the cul-de-sac?
It's just a big circle.
It's usually the end. Yeah, it's a big circle.
We don't really those much, you know. I mean, like when you go into that street, do you realize it's a cul-de-sac right away? Or?
It's a dead end that circles back around, so there's nowhere else you can go.
Yeah, they should have seen that.
Yeah.
That's my observation.
Here's my problem with this scene is that the sun is still up when she is threatening to call the police, and then when they're actually getting handcuffed, it's pitch black out. These fuckers just sat there and waited for hours for the police? Just leave! You stupid fuck!
Yeah.
Just leave! Karen cannot stop you! Walk away! Why are you waiting for the police?
Yeah, and the funny thing is,
good, but the critical flaw is that they forgot their IDs for real.
Just fucking walk away!
Oh, they would have had the best Karen clip ever, but no, I guess they just got arrested.
So fucking stupid. It's like they wanted to get arrested. It's so dumb.
I mean,
the unrealistic thing also
with the IDs out.
The unrealistic thing also is like she's being ultra racist. They did not upload the video immediately. That's the weird thing to me. They uploaded the video after they got arrested, or it's a combination of Imani recording it and the kid's video. Like, you already recorded it. The minute you recorded that shit, you upload that to Twitter or TikTok or wherever.
And I do believe that scene, because like they show vertical like phone footage of Karen looking all bitchy. I think that's a direct reference to an actual video of a Karen trying to stop two black girls from running a lemonade stand, because the footage looked almost identical. So I would assume that's what it was based on.
Yeah, the minute they recorded that, hit upload.
Yeah,
would be good.
Anyway, so Karen gets these black people arrested just for walking in her neighborhood, and now the tension is really thick. The black neighbors are like, fuck, I don't know if I still want to live here. You know, the wife thinks maybe we should run away, and the black man says, no way, fuck that shit. We're going to take on Karen. You know, we're going to install our own security cameras. We're going to fight fire with fire.
Did they install the cameras, or was that just a threat?
No, they did, because they
did.
Yeah.
I remember the black guy who installed the camera was flirting with Imani. So
the camera installer was trying to fuck the woman, and the woman holds up her wedding ring and says, I can't, I'm married. And then he holds up his own wedding ring, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is this in the movie?
It's an invitation to a swingers party.
It's fucked up. But is this when Karen has her brother arrest the neighbor?
No, she first of all she has a meeting
she did that
with.
Before, I think.
No, I think.
He gets arrested twice.
Yeah. So what happens after this is that she goes to the homeowners association meet. Oh, or did she get? Oh yeah, no. She goes to the homeowners association meeting like, being smug, and she gets fired. Because one of the kids' dads is actually the main kid's dad, who says he lives down the street, is actually a civil rights lawyer in the city, and they were planning to sue the homeowners, the association, for discriminating for what's that? Profiling the son.
Yeah.
Especially when they live in the village, in the subdivision or in the gated community. And that does not make Karen very happy, so she takes it out on the neighbors.
Yeah, I mean, this is her one. Karen exists to have control over others, and now that these black people have gotten her fired as the president of the HOA, she has really blown a gasket in her brain, and it's time to just go balls to the wall.
Yeah. So what she does, she calls her brother. She tells him, "Hey, that black guy, he smokes the green monster," or whatever fancy term
the
we call
devil's
it.
lettuce.
I don't know. The devil's what? Sorry.
Devil's lettuce.
That's what they said.
No, it's
The
what I
devil's
say.
lettuce.
As a
Okay,
Satanist,
devil's lettuce.
I have to say it that way.
The devil's lettuce. And the black guy is stopped in the road, and the officer planted the drugs. This is the weird thing to me, though. He should have drugs in the car. How did he know
we
not
know
to
that
have
he
drugs?
we know that the character smokes weed in his car, so why did the officer even need to plant what he says is he takes out the biggest Ziploc bag I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's funny.
Filled to the brim with weed. Like, this would be like a $400 or $500 fucking bag, and he says, "Oh, it looks like it's at least an ounce." And I'm like, no shit, dude, that's like fucking 4 ounces. Fuck.
Yeah, can you even get arrested for like a single joint or whatever? You probably need like a decent amount, right?
I think it depends on where you live. Some places are a little more backwards. Other places, it's completely legal, so I don't know.
No, the funniest thing, though, guys, is the way the officer planted it. It's so obvious because it's so fucking big.
Yeah.
Like, look what we have here, and the guy's like, "You planted that." And I'm like,
Wait, so
yeah, you could see that he could plant it. It's so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like,
But did you see him plant it, or was that not?
No, that's on camera.
yeah.
It is?
It's so
Obvious?
unsubtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
yeah, of
obvious.
course.
There's no discretion or anything that. Oh, this is the part that I got weirded out. This is in my notes because why is it that the cop isn't suspended yet? Right?
Well,
because he was actually implicated in the thing with arresting the kid. But then there's like the Brotherhood, right? This is the Brotherhood shit. I'm like,
Yeah, so
isn't it bad? Yeah.
the movie
Go ahead.
embraces the real life concept of police officers will do anything to protect each other. They see each other as a brotherhood. So even if one of the cops is a bad egg doing bad things, typically he will be defended, and even if they fire him, he'll still be getting paid, like he's suspended with pay. So these cops are all working together. Doesn't matter how bad they are, but the movie actually has the subtlety to not say hashtag all cops are bad, because the brother cop has a rookie partner who is constantly saying, I don't know about this one, boss. I don't know if you can arrest those black people for planting drugs. This might
Just
not
trust
be
me,
correct.
Rook.
Yeah, shut up,
Just
rookie.
trust me, Rook.
This is how
This
the
is how
white
it's
cops
done.
do things. But that character really has a shining moment in the climax of the
Yeah.
movie.
Actually, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure this Brotherhood is like specifically a Nazi organization.
Yeah.
Well, in America, Brotherhood is usually referring to the KKK.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Aryan
I
Brotherhood.
guess that makes sense. Yeah. Wow. So the KKK has infiltrated the entirety of the police.
She does have a Confederate flag in her bathroom, so it's pretty KKK.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess-
funny. He ran out of the house when he used the bathroom, and then she freaked out in front of his wife. She's got Confederate cups. She's got Confederate paraphernalia. She's a racist.
Why were you at his house?
Yeah,
that-
the wife instantly
yeah, that's-
gets jealous.
That's so bad.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Like, I think, first of all, it was obvious that she's a racist, and this is the only time you freaked out. That's weird.
Well,
I don't think it was obvious at that point yet.
it becomes obvious in
it
the
was-
scene where Karen knocks over their trash can, spilling the trash everywhere. She runs inside. The black woman is... Did you guys see what was in their trash? This is what blew my mind. I think they
the
ran.
scene was pretty.
They
the scene
ran
was also
out of.
later on.
They did not have enough props to have proper trash. The implication here is that this black couple, when they're done using one of their porcelain dinner plates, instead of cleaning it, they just throw it away like it's a fucking paper plate. Because the trash was nothing but dirty plates. Just normal dinner plates. They threw them away.
Yeah, they needed to fill it up.
What?
Were they broken?
No!
Maybe.
Even after being dumped out, they were fine. I guess these people don't know you can clean a plate. Every time they eat dinner, they buy a new fucking dish set or something. This shit, I was like, what the fuck is going on? But the 8-year-old Karen daughter comes out, and this is interesting. The 8-year-old Karen daughter says to the black lady, you know, I might only be 8, but I already have a boyfriend, and he's black. And I instantly thought, okay, so she's dating Eat That Pussy 455. But she's like, yeah, no, I can't tell my mom that my boyfriend's black because she doesn't like black people. And the woman's like, well, I'm black. And then Karen interrupts it. But man, what a weird scene.
Yeah, like the whole movie, right?
When was that scene, actually? I felt like it was later on, but I guess she knocked over the trash.
It was roughly after the party, I do believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, because at first they put out the trash too long, and then the second time they put it out too early.
The kid was actually okay. She was a good, well-acted...
Yeah, I just didn't like the extreme close-ups on their faces when it was revealed Karen is a racist. That was very poorly done.
No, that was funny. Yeah. I mean, they were going like this is an attempt at horror, right? With this. Oh yeah, I remember writing down here the piano with the dog. I wrote that down. I can't believe. They fucking did the dog piano jump scare. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, I didn't
when
like
they were looking at the trash, yeah.
It was too horror. I mean, it makes sense, but damn, doesn't really fit for most of the scenes.
Okay, let's try to wrap up the plot real quick.
Okay.
So
we're almost there.
The black guy gets arrested, but then I guess having 4 ounces of weed only constitutes an overnight stay in jail because the wife immediately gets him out the next morning. And then what? It's just like eventually.
No, they go to the lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, they go to the lawyer. They lawyer up, but he gets arrested for possession of a firearm. And then Karen goes berserk and just wants to kill the wife.
Yeah, after the police go into the black people's house and arrest the husband, Karen decides to do a B&E. She breaks through the fucking panels of the door to unlock it, and she has a gun, and she's just gonna kill the black woman. I think she wanted to get the black man away safely so that she could kill the black lady, since she obviously has some sort of jungle fever for the husband. She thinks she can, because Karen's husband is revealed to be dead, so maybe she thinks she can end up hooking up with the black guy.
Which, no way. Like, he'll know it was...
That would be insane.
Yeah, I think she is insane, though. Can I just say? Yeah.
Yeah, she just fights every black person to the death if she knows them long enough, you know.
Can I just say though, like when Imani was punching the shit out of Karen, I really liked it.
I like the reveal, like a Weekend Warrior said, this black couple has 2 African swords up on the wall, and then after Karen breaks in, we see that one of them is missing, so it's like, oh fuck yeah, we're gonna get a gun versus sword battle, perfect.
What annoyed me though was that what annoyed me, guys, was that Imani had Karen on the ropes. She was already lying on the floor. She should have just stabbed her then.
Yeah, no, she walks away, leaves the gun with Karen, and Karen starts shooting. Like, the whole final climax fight scene was so poorly done. Are you guys aware of the SNL What You Say sketch?
Oh, yeah, it felt like that.
It was exactly the same. Like, there's like 4 people standing in a circle with guns, taking turns shooting each other, reviving to shoot again, and then it was so horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh, but she said the line, "We're not leaving here." I said, "We're not leaving, bitch." She says when she shoots Karen. So
yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah,
and there's some reintegration, guys, at the end. Like, okay, the day is saved. She defended her house.
The rookie cop shoots the brother cop
in the head, which is amazing, and that was such a good. And there's some reintegration at the end, guys. Did you notice that? Like at the beginning. Yeah, because in the beginning, the Black Lives Matter was like washed away, right? But in the final speech, the lawyer guy goes, "All lives don't matter until Black lives do." And then we get the shot of the couple looking at the camera, guilt tripping the audience. Did you get the message yet, guys? Black lives do matter.
For some reason,
that was actually a good scene. Yeah,
at this press conference, when the civil rights lawyer is giving his big epic speech to the audience, for some reason there's a guy next to him playing a trumpet the entire time.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's a little weird. But yeah, that's the Karen movie. The black woman becomes the new president of the homeowners association. Karen is shot dead. And the black people have a happy ending after, staring directly at the camera for 25 seconds straight.
Yeah. Did you get the message yet, guys? And at the end, we get a colorful dance sequence with black rapping. So
yeah, it looked like an old iPod commercial.
Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah.
It's amazing how much the quality of the movie has just suffered from the writing, and I guess it's always just like insane how much of a difference it makes, like whether or not you start with a good script or a bad script.
Well, my question is,
change the script.
If you're gonna take the internet meme of a Karen and make a horror movie around it, is there a way it could be good? Is this the best they could do? What would we do to make an actually scary movie? Because this is qualified the genre says horror, but there's nothing scary in the entire film.
They tried with the jump scares and the creepy music.
But the jump scares are just like, oh, I didn't know Karen was standing there.
Yeah.
And she's not even holding a weapon in those scenes. It's just like the fact that she is standing in her own driveway is scary.
The problem is that the tension is already high, but she's not really a threat until after the midway point.
Well,
right?
She could always get them arrested and ruin their life. I mean, that always happens.
But the thing is, right? What I meant by the tension is already high. You already know what this woman is capable of, but she only really fucks with them when she gets fucked with, and it's not really even the couple's fault, it's her fault. Maybe, I think...
Well, they did record her, I guess.
Yeah, they did, but it's more of like,
Well, the thing is that I feel like a Karen movie could definitely be like an 8 out of 10, but I guess I don't know if it would work as a horror movie, because specifically I don't really care for horror movies, but it probably could do. Like, if it was funny, I think it would have been great.
Yeah, this should have been a dark comedy for sure. The horror thing was just, they were trying too hard and it failed completely. A dark comedy about a Karen... Now you can plug in those N-words. Now it can be just really obnoxious with the character.
All that matters.
Yeah, over the top.
Yeah, there's no reason why Karen shouldn't say the N-word. That's all I'm trying to say.
I agree with that, actually.
That would have made it better for you, huh?
And take the civil rights lawyer angle, and instead of having the finale of the movie being Karen breaks into their house to shoot them like a fucking savage beast, wouldn't it be better to have the civil rights lawyer take Karen to court and we see Karen like before a judge and a jury, doing her typical Karen speech? That would have been a much better climax for me.
Yeah, but she probably would have weaseled out of it somehow.
Exactly. That's how you end it.
Yeah.
You end it with Karen.
That's the dark comedy part.
Karen wins in the court of law.
But if she doesn't actually try to murder them, is it even a horror movie?
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a horror movie. That sucked.
Yeah, it's a dark comedy. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna do horror, I think you could she actually ruins people's lives and gets away with it.
Yeah. I think Karen should have won. You can't say it's a horror movie when it has a super happy ending like this movie does. It's fucking horseshit.
Yeah, they sue the city and they get money, and the name got changed to some guy. Like, come on, guys. It's a perfect win.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how they could have made that exact movie with these exact scenes, but if the dialogue was different, it could have been good, but no.
Yeah, I think what's frustrating is that I think the actors were like doing their best with the material that's given to them.
Sure.
Oh yeah, Karen, I think did great.
Yeah. Like I said, she was the best part because I hated her guts. So she
Well, you hated her
well.
guts. I wanted to get up in those guts.
Okay, like you do you, bro.
You guys are in denial if you wouldn't fuck mommy Karen.
Yeah, no. Okay. You can have her, bro. Yeah.
Good, more for me.
Have that 50-year-old white pussy. Go-
Hey, that's a pretty. If she's 50, she's looking pretty good.
Sure.
Okay.
I think she's like 42. That's the cutoff.
Yeah, probably. She
That's
didn't
a
have like a really young child, so probably not that old yet.
Do you guys have any other final thoughts on this movie? Because we've gone for over an hour on the Karen movie now.
Oh my god, we did?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was just really worth every moment, you know. Just
this
movie.
If somebody listened to this review, they have no reason to watch the movie now. We just described the whole thing. The movie's not as entertaining as this podcast, and this podcast is pretty bad.
Yeah, they'll just be let down by what they would think could be this movie, but isn't. Yeah, pretty tragic.
It's worse than the sum of its parts. Like, does that make sense? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's like way worse.
I think the reason why I was so glued to the screen was because I was expecting it to escalate to a point that it never reached. So, like, by the end, I feel completely blue-balled, like I just got a 2-hour hand job, and then she wouldn't let me come.
I don't know. I mean, sure, you didn't like the fight scene, but I thought that was probably as high a point as it was going to be.
No, what I didn't like, just the fight scenes ruined for me because, like, instead of just beating on Karen, she goes, "Oh no, girlfriend, you didn't think this would happen now, did you?" Then she begins to punch her. Then that's why the cop brother shows up, and you're stupid. You just audience,
really
if you're watching this, the fight scene is dumb. The fight scene is dumb. Like.
It's funny how there was like this one moment where it looked like the black woman would just win, and then she just completely blows it, and immediately Karen has the gun again.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, horrible.
So stupid.
So would anybody here say that the movie is Kino, and would you recommend it? And if so, to who?
No.
Just a flat out no.
I would recommend it to my worst enemy. Yeah,
I think if you have a big group of friends and you want to watch a bad movie that you guys can all point and laugh at and have a good time, this would probably be pretty good. Watching it alone is probably a little depressing.
Yeah, I entertained myself by laughing. Oh yeah, I something out of SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them said it. Like, I entertained myself by making notes. So. Don't be like us, audience.
No, never be like us in any context.
Don't be like.
Alright, so if we're doing recommendations, there's one TV show that's called Vogue, and it's about a black man who just discovers how the system is rigged against him, and it's like one of the funniest things I could imagine in those circumstances. So if you want like a comedy about stuff like this, check out the series Vogue.
Weekend Warrior, do you have anything you would like to recommend the audience watch instead of Karen?
Oh, I did a video about Elden Ring. You should watch that instead.
You're gonna combine your recommendation with your plug?
Yeah, because it's fun. I think it's funnier than Karen. So.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah, it's not hard to beat.
I haven't watched anything new recently, so I don't really have any recommendations brewing on my mind. But if you want to see, or if you want to experience a story about racism that isn't cartoonishly bad, one of my favorite books is Native Son by Richard Wright. That's, go read a book, you fucking losers. And that's it. Yeah, we're doing book recommendations now.
I have a recommendation. The Third Reich in Power by Richard Evans.
Wait, Rich Evans wrote that?
Whoa.
Oh my god, you're right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Richard J. Evans is the name of the guy. I'm looking at the book right now.
Did he put the J in there so he wouldn't get confused for the Red Letter Media guy?
Yeah, probably.
Well, Weekend Warrior, yeah, I guess, go check out his channel. I'll have the link in the description. Florian, do you have anything that people should go check out?
Well, everyone should check out my channel, Himsel Games, and check out my game Ballfrog on Steam. But it's a hard game. Only the most skilled players can beat it, so be warned.
Yeah, it's hard. I played it. It's challenging.
Yeah.
And can the audience expect us three to reunite sometime soon for the Cuck movie?
Oh, I
Sure.
hope so.
Sounds like a fun time, guys.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. We're cutting out Kino from this one.
Sounds like he already reviewed it, so fuck him.
All right.
All right, folks, for Is It Kino, I've been Simian Jimmy. Thanks for tuning in.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good night, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are.